Hold on, back on my bullshit. These niggas been hitting, get hit with a full clip. They say they don't like me, they want me to hit them with.
Another week, another series loss, and lo and behold, I am still not panicking. That's the word I was looking for. What's going on, guys? It's the King of 161st Street. I'm back with another video, and the Yankees broke their 5-game winning streak, but have developed another 2-game as they lose the series to Seattle. And look, it was heartbreaking for 2 out of those 3 games. But I'm going to tell you why I saw things that make me believe we're breaking out of it. So like the video now, because I know you're going to enjoy it. And let's just get into it. So, right off the bat, first game, they come out guns blazing. Offense, absolutely stellar. You had home runs by Rizzo. You had, no. Wrong game, okay? Pressed on the wrong game. You had home runs by Donaldson. That was a moonshot. They got to Logan Gilbert. Judge hit one in the 9th inning. And then doubles by Judge. Benintendi broke his slump. Torres broke his slump. And this team was really clicking Monday night. Then came Tuesday, and here's why the Tuesday game, look, that night, Tuesday's game pissed me the fuck off. Again, I was so fucking heated. We had 4 innings where we had base running mistakes. That is unacceptable. But here's why, after a couple days, I feel really good about that game. One, my video worked because Garrett Cole showed up in the matchup that he struggled in. So you know what? I'm going to give myself credit. I think that was me. You could call me crazy. I don't care. I think that was me. I posted the video of where is our $300 million pitcher? And he said, I'm right here. And he gave us 7 strong innings of an absolute masterpiece. Only problem was they had Luis Castillo going, and he had another masterpiece going. And then we get to extra innings, and boy, oh boy, did it get frustrating. Had base running mistakes, starting off with Benintendi, then Andujar. Then in 1 inning, you had Trevino and Kiner-Falefa making base running mistakes. Here's why I'm not as upset about the base running mistakes. That is very fixable. Especially the base running mistakes that they made. Look, when we had Phil Nevin at third base coach, it would be on him a lot of the times that he would send runners when they weren't supposed to go, and stuff like that. This was nothing of that sort. Benintendi read the pitcher's motion wrong. Thought it was only a one-head motion. He turned back and saw him stealing. Then with Andujar, you gotta freeze on line drives. You can't start to go on a line drive. Then Trevino, I give a major pass to. That ball was hit extremely hard up the middle. Yes, a lot of people would say you gotta freeze on that ground ball because you're on second base. But on that one, I give him some leeway. It looked like that was getting at least past the pitcher. And Kiner-Falefa, you just have to, if you're going to go the extra base on a rundown, you better know that your teammate knows how to be in a rundown. Jose Trevino, he's a catcher. I do not expect him to know what it's like to be in a rundown. He's not fast. So you have to know that he's probably going to get caught fast. Let me stay on first. So easy fixes for all those mistakes. Now, yes. And we also saw the bullpen really stepped up. Chapman is having the best stretch of the season for him. We had Holmes, who only gave up 1 run. Or no, that wasn't that game. That was... In that game, I think he didn't give up anything. If I'm not mistaken. He pitched in the 9th and didn't give up a run. He did. He pitched in the 9th. Gave up nothing. So that's a big up for Clay Holmes. Chapman only gave up a hit. He's been pitching really well. Efros had a really good outing. Peralta came in and shut the door. Trevino gave us a couple heart attacks in that inning, but got out of it. And then Loizica, that's where the wheels fell off, but at that point the Yankees should have put at least 2 runs on the board. It's so really the Yankees sort of down that line. It was more, how many strikes are we going to get? Usually it's 3 strikes and you're out, and we almost got 4. So I can't be too upset that Loizica gave up this game. It's just I'm not as worrisome about that game as most people. Now going to game 3, and this is where the focus of this video will be. Game 3. Higashioka breaks the 19-inning scoreless streak or something like that. In the 6th inning, gets a 2-run homer, and then Judge hits a moonshot. That puts us up 3-1. Then Nestor Cortez gives up another run. That makes it 3-2. They bring in Albert Abreu. Man on first for Albert. Carlos Santana comes up after he got a strikeout in the first batter he saw. He was beating him with that fastball. Here's where I get pissed off is Carlos Santana, a guy who is old as shit, okay? Doesn't know, cannot catch up to the fastball. Doesn't know how to catch up to a fastball anymore. And you throw him a changeup. Now look, if he executes that changeup, we're not talking right now. Because we would have won, and we would have won the series. I would be like, you know what? This is on the up and up. But that's what mistakes are. They show out when they cost you. And Albert Abreu made a major mistake not going back to the fastball there. And then he hung the changeup down and in. That makes the game 4-3. And then after that, it seemed like the team just sort of, like the momentum they just got, sort of just died. Like they were like on top of the world, and then Albert sort of just flatlined them. But here's why I'm not too concerned. I think, again, we're going to Boston now. Boston, not a great team. We should win this series. This should be the series that gives us our rebound. That's one thing. The second thing, this team needs a spark. And I know you guys saw the thumbnail. Yankees Twitter finally got to me. Look, I fucking hate Yankees Twitter. It is the most toxic, depressing, and absolutely just worst place to be. There's very few follows for Yankees Twitter that you really want. Really only 2 that I know are really good follows, and that would be Dan Rourke and Joe's McFly. Those 2 are the real good follows to have. Rourke gives you sort of real-time emotion, but then sort of levels it out later on. That's what I appreciate out of him. Joe's McFly really gives you an optimistic approach. His big thing is telling people that there's 27 outs in a game. Don't hang your head yet. There's 27 outs. So both of those guys are good follows. Everyone else, toxic as fuck. That place is terrible, but they finally got to me. Because I've been an IKF defender all year. I thought people were dragging how bad he was. And I still think they're dragging it. Like, I don't think he's the worst defender to ever live. I don't think his bat is the worst bat ever, although he hasn't hit a homer. I still think his hits are valuable. This team needs a fucking spark. I compare this, and this is a very unfair comparison because this team broke it all up. They tore the team up and decided to just start over and then got the spark. This team needs a 2016-esque spark. 6 years ago, the Yankees tore the team down to rebuild. And they called up a catcher by the name of Gary Sanchez, one of the top guys in their organization, to see what he has. And did he step the fuck up? That is the most impressive 2-month stretch of baseball I have ever seen in my life. And the fact that 2016 team came this close to the postseason is a testament to Gary Sanchez and Gary Sanchez alone back in 2016. They need that type of spark. And now look, I am not one of those people on Twitter that's saying this guy is automatically going to give you that spark. I see some risk in doing this. He's playing really well in AAA, but we've seen players who play well in AAA not pan out. The player's Oswald Peraza, guys. After August 15th, which I think is the day where they can call him up and they don't lose a year, if I'm not mistaken. And I think this is around the time where they called up Gary for that exact reason. I think now's the time to get Peraza in this lineup, try to get a spark, see what he can do. Because look, although I like IKF, he's sort of indifferent to where I think this team can survive without him in the lineup. That's why I'm saying bring up Peraza, because really it's low risk, high reward. Because I don't think at Peraza's floor he can play much worse than IKF. Not saying IKF has played that bad, just saying with the potential of this, I think his floor is a little higher than where IKF is this season. And then the ceiling is like, he could be Gary Sanchez-esque. So bring him up. And the reason why I brought it up here is because they also need to bring back Marinaccio. I was very tough on Marinaccio early because I knew how important those wins are for these times. But Marinaccio is so much more seasoned than Albert Abreu. It is absolutely insane. And Ron Marinaccio needs to be back, especially if they're planning on using Abreu in the postseason. No, you are going to flip that, and Marinaccio is playing in the postseason. Albert Abreu is too green to be playing in these games, to be playing on the first place team. He is too green. And look, I love the potential of Albert Abreu. Albert Abreu at his peak is going to be really good. He's going to have one of those years that is going to shock people. It's not there yet. His stuff is not there. His development is not there. His IQ is not there yet. Marinaccio is at least farther ahead in the IQ standpoint. He's not as talented, but is better with execution. And so I feel they have to bring up Marinaccio. Peraza could be this X factor for the team. And I think if they bring up Peraza, first off, this is going to be the first time that Yankees Twitter is actually fucking happy for once. Like, seriously, Yankees Twitter, we're in first place, okay? For the longest time. And it was complaining about Gallo being in the lineup forever. Now Gallo's out of the lineup, and it's been either IKF hate or because we're on a little bit of a downswing, now the season's over and all that. Yankees Twitter is a terrible place. Main story of the video, but no, just kidding. Main story is Oswald Peraza is the guy. I think the Yankees have to bring him up if they hope to give this team another spark. Other than that, I am not panicking with what this team is capable of. I am not panicking about the postseason. This team is not done. They are hitting a rough stretch. But again, you don't have to play your best baseball in August. You have to play your best baseball in October. And I think this downswing is preparing for a huge upswing coming towards September. And I am all here for that. So hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. Hey, look at the beginning of the video. 500 subs. It's lowered from the 1,000 I was saying earlier. 500 subs. And I will drop postseason merch. I appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.